Hello, how's everyone doing today? Yeah, not just bite, also nibble. She's here too. Of course, she gets so excited to get away that she drops it out of her mouth and then wonders where the kitty treat went. Come on, nibble. Here's another one for you before Bite takes it. Like jaws popping up. How's everyone doing today? Happy Mother's Day, everyone. To all the mothers out there. Sorry, that wasn't a Frank Zappa reference. Yeah, I know. It's been like 2 weeks. I was feeling a little under the weather last week. I had no voice. I'm still a little scratchy today, but I'm doing better. Dog mom there. Okay, there you go. That works too. Yeah, I just got done with my last day of work for a few days last night, so I slept really well last night. It's funny, I'm supposed to get up at 5 in the morning for work days, but I get up at 9 in the morning on my off days, and then I usually end up turning off the alarm and sleeping a little longer. So what else is everyone doing today besides taking naps? Yeah, 5 a.m. That's when I have to get up to be at work because work starts at 7. Haven't talked to my mom yet, but what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to do a special vlog for her tonight, and the one tonight will be actually for her. I have another one recorded already that I was planning on putting up tonight, but I got up this morning. I had an idea for one that I was going to do, so I think I'm going to do that one tonight, and then I'll push the one that I was going to put up tonight till tomorrow. Then all I got to do is do one for Tuesday and Thursday. Hi, Jan. Hi, Don. How's everyone doing? Working at a hospital. That's important. It's good to have a necessary job, right? Yeah, I'm doing good, Kenny. Thank you. Thank you for asking. And of course, this guy's always over here showing his butt, right? You showing your butt again, huh? You do that all the time. Yes, you do. You think it's cute, but it's actually kind of sick, don't you think? Do I feel better with less pressure on doing daily vlogs? I don't know. I haven't gotten to that point yet. Um, didn't want to start before this yet, so I still haven't had a day where I haven't done one yet. But yeah, that it is going to make things a lot easier on my work days, not having to come home and do a vlog that no one's going to watch anyway. See, that was part of the thing here. At the end of the day, I have to kind of factor in not only looking after my audience, but also what's good for the channel. And right now, when I was doing the work review days, the views were way down. I was losing subscribers, and it wasn't a significant number of subscribers, but just not as many people were watching those. And that is sort of what this is about: is to get as many people to watch as possible. And if you're not producing, content that people need to want to watch, then you have to kind of change the trajectory a little bit, and that's what we're doing. Let me read here what's going on. Did I do anything special on my birthday? Yeah, I went to work. I don't know. I kind of am a little disappointed that my birthday got out. That was one of those things that my mom leaked out, and I guess she put it in my dad's obituary too. Uh, I think it's a good day if I can make it through my whole day without somebody mentioning my birthday. So it was a good day at work because nobody even apparently knew, which is good. That's just me. I'm weird that way. Oh, you're not very late, Kathy. We've only been going for about 5 minutes, so yeah, you didn't miss much. How's the Prime Minister doing? Is he? I haven't heard much now from him in a while. Thanks, Ryan Nodal. I appreciate that you like the Branch Davidian vlog. Yeah, I've been meaning to do that one for, well, basically ever since I came here. When I got here and started saying, okay, well, I got to start doing maybe like little things to see it in and around Waco. It's like, yeah, well, Branch Davidian, I got to go there. Yeah, I know. Yeah, my mom did mention it on the live stream too. I was a little disappointed with that. I don't know. Next time I gotta go over the ground rules because we didn't really talk about what she could or couldn't say on that day. It was just kind of a free for all, and we had a good time doing it. But yeah, I wish that information hadn't leaked out. I'm not much for celebrating my birthday and feel uncomfortable when people kind of do the whole happy birthday Breck thing. It isn't me. I'm not 10 anymore. My birthday is something that it's not something to be that I really celebrate. It's just, yeah, it happened. It's a reminder that maybe my driver's license is due. David Koresh is buried in Texas, but it's about 150 miles from here. I may go visit it at some point, but it isn't in town. A lot of the people who died in that are buried very, very locally, and I'll probably go check them out at some point too. In fact, maybe we'll turn that into one vlog. Go see some of the victims that are where they're buried, and maybe tell their stories a little bit, and then go visit David Koresh and say, see what happens. I don't know. We'll see. Branch Davidians remind you of Scientologists. Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah, different places are changing the lockdown, differently. Texas is, I'm glad to say, very ahead of the curve. We're opening up. I actually drove through downtown last night to do my vlog, and it seemed like a typical Saturday night out there. There were people out, on the streets and going to clubs and going out to eat and stuff like that. So that was good. I'm glad that's happening. That's got to happen. Ruby Ridge, yeah, that would be another interesting one. Yeah, I don't know. That's a ways away though. I'd have to travel for that one. I'm not really into the traveling vlog thing yet. Who knows? That could happen some point. But am I changing the live stream day? No, probably not. I like to do it on a weekend because it seems to me more people are home. I mean, I know more people are home right now because of this whole coronavirus thing, but generally, a lot of people seem to be home on Sundays. So I'm gonna continue trying to do the live streams on Sunday. I would have last week, but you wouldn't have been able to understand me, and you know, I don't know. That was weird. Because that was the only symptom I had, and didn't have any fever, didn't have coughing or sneezing or any of that stuff, runny nose, upset stomach, any of that. It's just my voice just went away. I don't know. I don't know what happened. That was weird. Yeah, I think you're right. The crush is in Tyler, and that's about 150 miles from here. Traffic at Huntington Beach is back to normal. That's good. Yeah, I mean that's got to be like the best place to social distance, because they say that the virus doesn't survive well out in the sun. and the environment, the beach environment, it's, you generally have the, ocean breeze, which kind of blows everything away. So it's going to dilute everything out. That sounds like the best place to be right now. Yeah, I'll say that again. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. Thanks, C&V Young, for mentioning that. But yeah, that's what this is. This is a Mother's Day episode today. Probably should have tried to call my mom and get her on the vlog again, huh? Hey, Nibble. Look who's come to visit. Take your turn, Nibble. You think because you're the cute one that you get all the kitty treats? It isn't that way. Bite's got to have some too. You guys been losing weight over the past week because you didn't have any kitty treats last week? Huh? Got to be it for now. Otherwise, you'll fill up on kitty treats and you won't come down and entertain us anymore. It's snowing in Wisconsin. Yeah, I heard that like Minnesota and that area was getting it. I talked to my uncle a couple of days ago, and I think he mentioned something about that. I haven't called my mom yet. I'm going to probably do that afterwards because I'm going to do a special vlog for her today. The one that you're going to see tonight. Um, Actually, I haven't even recorded it yet, but I kind of came up with the idea of it this morning and think that will be a good one to do. So I actually had one recorded and ready to go up tonight, but I think I'll just postpone that one till tomorrow. Yeah, I'm still wearing. I'm still wearing the mask at work. I got the best part of the day is getting out of that mask at the end of the day. And you're right. I have the same problem with my glasses. They end up getting fogged up. So what I end up having to do is put it way on the tip of my nose so that most of the air blows away from the glasses. But then every time you tip down, then the glasses fall down because the hooks aren't far enough back to hold the thing on the end of your nose like that. Plus the fact I look like an old person because every time I have to read the computer, I have to do this to get up there. Yeah, I can't wait until we get rid of these glasses or get rid of the masks. That's a big issue with the face masks. They're saying that you guys eat well. Is that true? I think it is true. You guys eat too well, I think. In fact, they just switched over to their old brand of cat food. I don't think they liked the last bag of cat food that I got because they didn't eat it very well. They have one bowl between them, and I usually put in like a cup of food twice a day for them. But for the last, from the last bag of food, I only had to put in food about once a day. So I don't think they liked it, but they're back to their old eating habits now with the old stuff. They may be finicky, but they will eat. Putting shaving cream on your glasses and then wipe them, and they won't fog up. There's got to be something that would work that way. You're right. They'd think of that, but I would have figured, my company would have come up with that issue because I've heard everyone complaining about, oh man, my glasses keep fogging up when I. Yeah, that's another issue too. You're constantly breathing in your own air. That's one of the problems I have if I'm sitting down wearing a mask. Breathing your own air over and over again, you start getting sleepy. Fortunately, with the job, I'm up and moving around a lot all the time, so it doesn't quite have that. Doesn't quite have the effect. But yeah, they give me a new mask every day. And they tell me not to to try not to have to use two. They will if there's a problem, but they're I guess trying to keep them. Masks are kind of one of those things that are hard to come by right now, and I think they're trying to keep from overusing them too much. Did I get the plumbing fixed? Yeah, well, I mean, it's draining again. I'm not going to say it's fixed because this was the third time that they've been in to deal with this same problem. In fact, I told that to the maintenance guy that one of these days what they need to do is they need to put a camera down there and see what's going on because it always clogs up and it always clogs up in the same way. I think there's probably a root in there, and that's going to be expensive to fix because that's going to probably involve ripping the wall out and doing that kind of stuff to because it's probably underneath the foundation. So that's going to be very, very complicated. Maybe bite messed with the toilet. Have you been messing with the toilet? Is that what it is? Maybe. Well, I see a lot of people just bringing in their own like homemade masks. Some people even using like bandanas or something like that. I don't think they're really doing. I mean, the ones they're handing out are like official like surgical masks, kind of thing. But there's like I said, there's a lot of people that are just wearing ones they brought from home, and I don't think there's anything. I don't think there's anyone there saying, "Oh, that's not the right kind of mask" or anything. They just, I think the issue is just basically if everyone's wearing one, it isn't necessary to keep the virus from getting into you. It's if you have it to kind of keep it contained and have it from getting keep it from getting out. And I think just about anything will do that. Yeah, yeah, Kenny. Texas is well. Texas never really did complete lockdown. Certain cities did, but for the most part, our Governor Abbott, kind of wanted to keep things as open as possible, and so we never really did the full lockdown. The mayor of Waco basically suggested, do what you have to do. We recommend that restaurants and stuff like that close down, but I don't think there was anyone out there like running around giving tickets or fining people or throwing people in jail uh, like it happened in other places. So, I think a lot of it was just voluntary. And I think a lot of times when the government recommends something rather than mandate something, people are maybe more receptive to it. People tend to want to rebel against people that want to try and control them. But if you're just giving advice, and it's like, okay, yeah, that's maybe a good idea. We'll do that. Well, we had a case that's kind of been making the news where a woman up in Dallas tried to open up her hairstyling place, and they actually came and arrested her and tried to fine her. A judge threw her in jail because she refused to apologize for what she did, and ultimately, I think the governor stepped in and overturned that and had her released. But yeah, I mean, there are tyrants everywhere that are taking advantage of this situation. Well, drunk driving, you should be arresting people. I think that's a good one. It's funny, a man was arrested in Texas for wearing a plastic shield mask. Okay, that's like one of those ones that kind of covers your face like this. Yeah, it's funny because you go into HEB and they got these plastic shields everywhere. When you go to the checkout desk, checkout lane. How did I decide to move to Waco? Basically, I came here a little over a year ago and looked around and looked at a bunch of towns, and I just like Waco the best. I haven't had any problems with people at Wake or in HEB or anywhere else. I don't know. It might just be certain areas. Yeah. Alcohol sales have gone up everywhere. Yeah, yeah. The alcohol companies are doing very well right now because people don't have anything else to do, unfortunately. Yeah, people are starting to rebel against us because we're finding out now that the problem was way overstated. It wasn't nearly as bad as we thought it was going to be. And what you normally do when you have something like this is you quarantine the sick people. You don't quarantine the healthy people. But I don't know. I hope we learn something from this and don't fall for this again. Because we gotta trust our leaders when they tell us that, hey, something's going on, you need to do this. We need to trust that they know what they're talking about. And unfortunately, every time they get it so wrong like this, it makes it more likely we're going to doubt them next time it happens. Well, I mean, kids are basically the ones who are least susceptible to this. The only thing that with kids is that they tend to be walking, talking disease machines. If they get it, they'll carry it around, but they're not going to be probably affected by it. It's generally older people that have a problem with it. Yeah, there's been something floating around the internet that basically said, yeah, I'm seeing previous pandemics in 2009, 68, 69, and 57 didn't shut down the economy. Yeah, that was one of the things I've been seeing on the internet that Woodstock went on in the midst of a pandemic. It's just crazy. Yeah, I have heard that distillers have been converted to make hand sanitizer. Because yeah, all you got to do is just make it a little bit, beef up the alcohol content. I think they say 75% alcohol, which is what, 150 proof. Yeah, that's doable. Just don't drink it. Yeah, yeah, I know that the teachers get sick a lot because yeah, like I said, the kids are walking, talking, disease carrying machines here, and so one of them gets it, and the teacher's going to get it too. That's just the nature of it. I know Beth runs into the same thing. Beth is sick all the time, or at least way more than I am. I get one. I get the flu like once a year or something like that, and that's usually it, and I'm done for it. Yeah, well, there are kids that are dying of this, and that's sad. But you know, you yourself are saying five kids in New York City. How many people are in New York City? You know, and generally what we're doing is finding out that when it is younger people that are succumbing to this, that they have some underlying factor that contributed. It isn't the coronavirus itself, but the coronavirus in combination with something else. Yeah, that's crazy that there's no Lysol and stuff like that because that's people hoarding again. That's people being stupid. But that's the world we live in, unfortunately. I have been noticing that the shelves in the store are starting to be more normally stocked now. You can find toilet paper, which you couldn't for a while. You can find bottled water, which you couldn't for a while. Yeah, I think it kind of depends on where you are. It's probably harder to find some of these things in like big cities where there's more people that are going for it. Maybe in smaller areas, like I am, maybe it's easier to get stuff out here, and there's not as many people to drain it. Yeah. What about beef? Yeah, that's gonna be the next thing. Fortunately, I've got some meat in the freezer, so the more you're at home, the hungrier you get. Uh oh. Well, you're supposed to feed yourself when you're at home. You know that, right? You know, yeah, you got to eat. Bean and cheese tacos, huh? Okay, well, I guess I could think of worse things. No beef in Missouri for the last 6 days. Wow. I haven't been to the grocery store in a couple days, but it doesn't seem like there's a run on it or anything like that. It's just the supplies are getting shorter right now, I think, because the farmers are having problems. When am I going to cook out for you? Uh, at some point. I mean, I'm assuming you're doing it, talking about another cooking vlog, right? Yeah. I mean, we'll do more of those. Yeah, I heard that too. That the local Wendy's has removed hamburgers from their menu right temporarily because they can't keep up with the beef. Yeah, we'll do another cooking vlog at some point. It's I like to do those. Still haven't finished up the stuff I did last time with the macaroni and the beef. I still got some of that in the freezer, so I can get a few meals out of that. Yeah, where's the beef? Right, exactly. They ought to rerun that commercial right now just because it would be so ironic. At least he's not showing us his butt. Yeah, I noticed a little bit of a shortage of meat when this thing first started happening. But like I said, I haven't been in the store in a couple of days. But last time I was there, it seemed like they were doing all right meat wise. I don't know. Like I said, it might just be certain areas. It might just be you know um, bigger towns and stuff like that. You're being told to show your butt. You know that? sit there and lick your chops. You're funny that way, guys. Both of you are. Any house hunting? I don't have any recorded yet, but yeah, we'll do more house hunting vlogs. It's not going to be very long before we get to the point where, um, we're doing house hunting vlogs for real, where, we're actually looking for the house that it's going to be. Has the heat wave hit Texas yet? We've had a little bit of heat. It's in the 80s today. It's kind of a nice day. It's warm, kind of a cool breeze blowing, and but yeah, we're getting there. It's getting to the point now where honestly, I'm about a week from the 1 year anniversary when Jordan and I arrived here in Texas. And when we arrived here, it was already in the mid 90s, and it was that way until basically October when it broke. So it's got to start quick. But it's been a kind of a rainy year this year too. So maybe that's going to cool things off a little bit. We got a storm blowing in next week, and we got one supposedly coming in on Tuesday that's supposed to get us pretty good. And usually that, brings the temperature down a bit, but it also contributes a bit to the humidity. So, we're getting there. Yeah, bike ran away, so we'll start focusing on me here a little bit. Sorry, parents are riding up a little bit. Yeah, I don't think Nibble really is aware of the concept of the live streams. She just knows that she gets kitty treats, so you know that's what she's doing. She's a sweet little kitty, though. I wish she was more affectionate. I really do. Yeah, that's well. What I have to do when I do my lease is up here in the apartment in the middle of June, and I haven't renewed with them. And basically, if I don't renew, I go to month with them, and then I have to give them 2 months notice. So as soon as I get this tax situation resolved, I'm going to give them 2 month notice, and then we're going to start. Then start things are going to really start changing. Things are going to start moving then, because then I'm going to call a realtor, and we're going to get going on this. But right now, it's all kind of holding up on all the tax nonsense. And right now, I'm just not hearing a lot from this guy. Hi, Angela. How are you? No, I think it's too early to panic. Yeah, yeah, 50 people. Oh, 49. Now it's 50 again. That's cool. That's nice to happen. We still haven't beat the record that I had with my mom was on. We had like 120 people on at one point on that one. That was fun. Yeah, doing the house hunting vlogs is easy when you start off with Zillow, because then you just say, find me houses in the area, and and you look at them, you sort them by price, and say, this is what I'm looking for. There's all sorts of cool sort features on there. So I can say, how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, how many square feet, what price range I'm looking at. I can specify a single story or 2 story or no preference, all that stuff. So it really makes it easy to to find the one you're looking for. or at least find the ones that are fun to look at. Yeah, I'm doing good, Angela. Like I said, it's good. It's good to be on my weekend. I enjoy those. Now it's going to hopefully be a little less pressure, not having to do 7 day vlogs. I'm glad I'm getting such positive feedback from everyone on that because I was concerned I'd lose people. I guess Jordan was a little concerned he'd lose people when he went back to 4 days too. But actually, he was saying, I think that Adam told him that going back to not doing it every day, that YouTube maybe prioritizes you a little bit more. He says sometimes they don't give you as much attention if you're posting something every day. And I mean, the truth is, Jordan's subscriber numbers have just shot through the roof ever since he did that. I'd be interested in seeing what the data is, but it was just what 4 or 5 months ago that he was here, and we were celebrating 100,000 subscribers, and now he's got what 118, more than that, 118,000. I don't know, a lot. He has a lot of subscribers. Bite's back again, showing his butt. That's what Bite does. He shows his butt. Yep. I'm gonna start calling you Butt instead of Bite. What do you think, Butt? Is that a good name, Butt? Huh? Then that would be Butt's Butt. Yeah. Intriguing, eh? 128. Okay, yeah, that's right. And I knew it was something like that. That's insane because that's a quarter of the total subscribers he's had in his entire time he was running just in the last 5 months. That's extraordinary. Yeah, yeah, I am still getting hazard pay at work. That's really, really a nice little benefit, because I basically get two paychecks. It is $500, but they're still taxing you at that, so I end up with about 350 out of it. But hey, that's 350 of free money. I borrowed a lot of money from myself in order to support myself over the last year, and I'm actually to the point now where I'm starting to pay myself back. And so that's good. That's just going to mean that there's going to be more money to put into the house, and that's a good thing. I put a certain amount of money in there, and I've made some interest, and I'm almost back now. Because I had to take a bunch of money out to support myself and all that for the last year, and I'm almost back to what I initially put into the funds. So that's good. Every little bit's going to help right now because the more I have in the house fund, the more I'm going to be able to get a good house. Got to find the right house for myself. If I don't do a vlog every day, you need to subscribe. Okay. Yeah. Well, or turn on the bell. That sometimes works, I guess, from what I heard. You like Jordan doing live streams once a week? Doesn't bother me at all if he is doing daily vlogs. Well, he's not doing the daily vlogs anymore. He's back to 4 days. So when did I attend my last Kish concert? I went with Jordan. Probably a year and a half ago. I was he vlogged that one, so it was me and it was his friend Kevin Couch. And of course, I knew Kevin from way back too because Kevin was, all involved in Jordan's band Candy, Line, Riots. Candyland 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 Riots. Can Yeah, I think you're right, Mark. This is going to be a great time to buy a house. In terms of global pandemics, this is one of the fringe benefits of it. I'm guessing that there probably are a lot of people that need to sell houses right now just because, they've lost their job or, money's really tight for one reason or another. And that's going to mean a lot of houses on the market. And, if you can find that silver lining in a global pandemic, housing prices is going to be a buyer's market. So I'm hoping that's going to work in my favor. You borrowed money from yourself to pay yourself, so you have to pay yourself back. Yeah, basically that's about right. Basically, yeah, like I said, I've got an online savings account where I'm parking the money that I got from the house, and I've been borrowing against that to for living expenses here. Uh, but yeah, I do want to pay it back because that's all money that is for the house. So the more that's in there, the better house I'm going to be able to get. So yeah, I am trying to pay myself back. I'm almost there. And I knew I was going to probably be draining a little bit of money out of that anyway. So that was always part of my equation for how much I was going to end up spending on the house is, it's just how long it takes me to do it. Now to the point I'm making enough money at work that I can support myself, just on that means, and actually get a little bit more than I actually need, then, that's just going to mean that, I'm going to be in an even better situation when I don't have to pay rent anymore. Because I'm paying about $1,100 a month for this place and about $400 a month for the storage lockers, and both of those things are going to go away once I buy a house. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It's going to depend on what the houses look like. I was talking to somebody at work, and they were saying that the houses in the area I was looking at tend to go pretty quickly because there's a lot of people that want to live there. So, it may mean that it may mean that it'll be just other houses I have to look at. But it'll be also good to actually be able to go into the houses and look at them too. Right now, everything I've been doing has been from the outside. Yeah, I don't know what's going on because I know in America the federal income tax filing date, which is normally April 15th, was pushed out to July 15th. So you would have thought that would have taken the pressure off the tax preparers, but I don't know. Yeah, well, I think what comes with Jordan doing just fewer vlogs a week is it gives him a little bit more time to to spend some time with Jaw, and also I think because he researches his vlogs so much and he knows everything about that vlog when he goes and does it. I know I've watched him do it, and I think it's probably resulting in better vlogs because he can spend more time researching it and learning what he needs to know about it. Sorry, I gotta shift around here a little bit. These bones ain't made to sit in the same position for a long time. Yeah, there's a lot of people right now that are having financial problems, and like I said, that's part of the reason I think that it's going to be a good time to buy a house because some of the things those people are going to sell are their houses. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Like I said, once I get the tax situation resolved, things are going to start happening quickly. In fact, the thing that's going to probably slow things down is the fact that I have to work 3 or 4 days a week. But that's okay. That just means I have time on my days off to do that. Light likes the lights. Do you like the lights? Huh? These things? Yeah, maybe. I'll tell you though, I got to turn them off when I'm not here. Otherwise, well, you ever see that scene in Christmas Vacation? Yeah, yeah, we don't want to do that here. Yeah, yeah, I do feel really good about myself right now. Having a good job, being able to support myself. It's been a long time since I've been able to do that because I think the last job I had really where I was comfortable financially was probably ODC, and that was before Disney. So that was what 12 years ago, something like that. And even then, I was in kind of a difficult situation because I wasn't as wise with my money then as I am now. I don't just go out and waste money because I have it now. And I think that's maybe something I learned, living in poverty with Disney for so long. Because I wasn't really in poverty. I just was living beyond my means, what with the house and everything. Well, I hire movers. Yes, definitely I'm going to hire movers this time because, it's going to be the middle of summer. The last thing I want to be doing is moving into a house, unloading a truck by myself like I did, when I unloaded the pods. That was miserable last year at this time. So yeah, definitely I'm gonna hire movers to do it. You still have your Christmas lights up, but half the lights don't work. That's funny. Yeah, yeah, I hear you, DN. That was the same thing. I wasn't in LA. I was in Orange County, but it was a good decision. Yeah, right. That's a perfect example of it, Robert. No more $800 on fireworks for something that burns up in 45 seconds and takes 2 days to assemble. Yeah, we don't need silliness like that. We'll see if he keeps playing games, and I'll block him. I just deleted his post. I'm not just kill him on the first shot here. You get a couple strikes, but we'll see what happens. We haven't had a troll yet today, so we're almost an hour into this thing, so we're we're about on target right now. You grew up in Fullerton, okay? Yeah, my house was in Placentia, so that was literally walking distance from Fullerton. Fullerton was just right there on the border. Yeah, okay, Sonora High School. I know where that is. I actually grew up in Garden Grove, so um, but I lived in Placentia since what about 1991, something like that. So yeah, that was because I had a job. I worked in Anaheim at the time. That was the first CD factory, DMI. and it was in Anaheim. So when I got an apartment the first time, I wanted to be close to work. That's something I'm doing right now too. When I get a house, I want it to be close to work. I don't want to have a long commute. It makes it easier to get into work and out of work and all that. Um, when it's only a few minutes away. And it was really important, especially when I was at DMI, because there were times where I get called in at the middle of the night. Hey, we got a problem. We need you to come in and do something for us. And so, I tried to make it easy. It was 2 miles from where I lived to, where I worked. So, yeah, we used to do a lot of stuff at Disneyland too. I remember like grad night was there and stuff like that. Used to do some like church things too. Church group would like go to Disneyland or something like that. The youth group. Thanks, Angela. Yeah, I'm really happy things are falling into place too. It took a long time to get here, but um, I think I'm in a good situation right now. It's hard work, but that's okay. I don't really watch a whole lot of other YouTube channels. I think the only stuff I watch at all is Jordan stuff. Jordan Disneyland is probably going to charge higher prices. Oh, I'm sure they are. I heard when I used to work there, I heard it said that Disneyland had raised its prices every year since the '60s, and that seems to be true. I do hear that they're getting ready to start opening up again. Yeah, honestly hoping that if they do another stimulus, that they'll be a little bit more intelligent with it. This idea of paying everyone, whether they need it or not, $2,000 a month, or especially if it's retroactive back to March, you know, as much as I like money, I don't like wasting money. And this is money that, at very least, it should be means test. Do you really need the money? Because at this point, I don't. But I think that's just kind of a ploy, I think, to buy people's vote, and I think that's a really dangerous precedent to go in. Is that a cat in the background? I don't know. Is that a cat? I think so. That's a cat butt, isn't it? Yes, it is. That's a cat butt. Because I mean, there's a lot of us that are still employed. Why do I need $2,000 a month? Yeah, okay, but I like the money and all that, but it's you know we need to be in. We're $25 trillion in debt here. We don't have money just to throw it around like that. Yeah, well, that's the problem, and the way they do that is by printing money. And so, what happens when you print money? Inflation is what happens, because now all of a sudden your money doesn't buy as much because the value of the dollar is dependent on the GDP of the country versus the amount of dollars in circulation. So you have more dollars in circulation, every dollar is worth less, which means people start charging more for things, and then you start running with getting into runaway inflation. You remember hearing stories during the Depression where people would bring in like a wheelbarrow full of cash and get a loaf of bread. Yeah, that's what happens when you keep printing money. So I don't know. I think they gotta be smarter with that. Have I seen any of your gardening vlogs yet? No, I'll have to go check them out. Why did I choose to lease a car instead of buying? It was something I did the first time a few cars back, I just chose to lease it because um, at the time the financial situation was, it was a little tight. And so it made more sense to lease the vehicle than to buy the vehicle because then, I didn't have to deal with things like, repairs and stuff like that. And it made sense at the time. But, I don't know. Next time, Jordan's been teasing me that now that I moved to Texas, I'm going to have to buy a truck, but I probably am at some point. Maybe when this lease is up, I'll go get I'll actually buy something and probably buy a truck because I could make use of a truck because when I'm doing woodworking and stuff like that, it's nice to have a truck to bring that kind of stuff home. Is the cat a male or a female? Bite here is a male. He's my buddy. And then his sister, Nibble, obviously, is a girl. Otherwise, she'd be a brother, right? Yeah, they're my buddies. Let's see if we can coax Nibble into the shot here. I see her. She's just kind of over there a little bit. This usually brings her in, though. Come on, Nibble. This is a little girl. Yeah, those are my buddies. That one's for you. That one's for you. And the show's over when Nibble runs away. So that's it. You got to train Nibble to come up here and say hi on the couch. Then you get more kitty treats. But when Nibble runs away, that's the end of it. Sorry, dude. Your aunt leases her cars. She said the moment the new car smell is gone, she gets a new one. Yeah, well, that's what you do. Yeah, well, that's what I've been hearing. It isn't really money from the government because the government's going to tax you and take it back. They want it back. It's a loan, basically. Do I give the cats catnip? Actually, sometimes, I don't know if you can see it here, that little toy right there that you can see. Um, that thing has catnip in the base, and it's supposed to attract the cats to it to play with it. And if they're bad at it, then it ends up swishing that feather around and trying to get their attention. But if they ignore it, it kind of goes to sleep. But there's catnip in there to supposedly attract them. And of course, what does Bite do? He just sits there and walks between them. Oh, he's smelling the thing now. Maybe we can get him to wake it up. Whatever. If that thing starts moving, we'll aim back at it again. Okay, thanks for stopping in, Jan. Well, if you get a chance, we'll be here for another hour or so. So feel free to stop back in. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Angela. Is that whatever I do in the backyard, it's gonna take a lot of materials being brought home. So pickup truck would be nice. I always just used to rent the truck from Home Depot, but there comes a point where it's nice to have your own stuff too. Your family are going, and you are going to the Oasis for dinner for Mother's Day. That's cool. Yeah, you got to do that right now. Find some, find some small business to support because they're hurting right now with all this. They're starting to kind of try and wake up a little bit, but it's going to be tough going. I heard just yesterday that Soup Plantation is going under forever because of this, and that's too bad. I've eaten at Soup Plantation a whole bunch of times. Yeah, that's what you got to do, VNA, is support the small businesses. They need it right now. That's why I'll probably do like a restaurant vlog this week. Even if it's something I got to pick up the food and bring it home. I thought about what kind of videos I want to do. Well, it's going to probably just, the entirety of this vlog is kind of about what's going on in my life. So that's what the videos are going to be about. And the next part of what happens in my life is buying the house and fixing it up. And I think there's going to be a lot of content there. This is going to turn into a home improvement type vlog before too long, I think. We'll continue doing, cooking stuff. I'm hoping to have a real nice kitchen to do cooking vlogs, and we'll have a lot of home improvement and home repair things to do, and I think it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to what comes next. This is going to be fun. Yeah, I do think, who was it that said that I could rent a car when my mom comes? That's something I didn't really think about. Yeah, Robert said that. It's something I didn't really think about because my mom definitely wouldn't be able to get into a pickup truck. But I don't know. I got a couple more years on the lease, so you know, it's going to be a while before we even have to think about that. And I made these funky little things that I can strap down onto the roof of my car that I can just put on there, and it's like a roof rack that's attached by ratcheting straps, you know, and so I can bring plywood, full pieces of plywood home, on my car. So you know, it's weird looking when you look at it, but it actually works really well. It was just something made out of wood, and I found like this thick piece of styrofoam that's like an inch thick, and I glued it onto the bottom of this thing and basically angled it so it fit on the roof of the car, and then just built the wood stuff on top of that. And you just put the wood on top of it, you ratchet it down, you run it through the windows, and you're in business. Works great. Thanks. I'm glad you like the Fixer Up vlogs. I like doing those too. Those are fun, because I've always been a person that likes working with his hands. And, I would love to do more on this apartment, but I don't want to spend any real money on this place. You notice the stuff I've done so far have been, $5 or $10 things. I think the most expensive thing I ever did to this apartment was put those smoke detectors in, and I'm taking them with me. So, you know, they didn't. I went to the landlord when I put those in and said, hey, when I moved into the apartment, there were no smoke detectors. I installed smoke detectors today. Will you reimburse me for them? And they said no. It's like, okay, I'll just take them down and take them with me when I move. That's not the end of the world. They're good for 10 years. I've got nine months on them probably, so they're good. Oh, I'm sure some of the businesses in Waco will shut down permanently. It's been bad for everyone. In fact, one of the things I've been hearing that Texas is starting to open things up. And Friday, things supposedly changed, and among other things, barber shops and stuff like that are supposed to be open. Yeah, I walked by my barber shop today. Now they're usually closed on Sundays and Mondays, but there wasn't any evidence that that anything's changed for them. So I'll probably run by there on Tuesday and see what's going on because I definitely need a haircut. Getting a little fuzzy up there. And I mean, I probably don't need one really because the only reason I kept getting one all the time when I worked at Disney is because Disney demanded it. The place I work now doesn't. They're a lot looser in terms of you know you know how what you do with your hair. You can have visible tattoos. You can do piercings, whatever you want, as long as you get the work done. So. Let's see, what have I missed here? You learned how to put a light switch on a ceiling fan. That's cool. And install a ceiling fan because of me. That's cool. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, so many of these things, the ceiling fan, yeah, okay, that's a little weird. You got to read the directions on that. But you follow the directions, they're usually pretty good. And, things like ceiling fans, they aren't that hard to do. It's a little bit more complicated if you have to route the electricity up there, but if you've already got the fitting up there for the electricity, installing the fan is a piece of cake. Yeah, you're right. I could always do a used truck, but I don't know. I kind of like having a new something. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I'm a couple years away from that, and in the meantime, what I'll do is just keep working with a car here and rent the U-Haul truck when I have to. Huh. What was that? Who sent me it? It was a text. Oh, my mom just opened up her Mother's Day gift. Apparently, she likes it. I told you what that was, right? I got her the steamer tray for her instant pot. Yes. Yeah, she likes it. Let's see. Let's see exactly what she said here. Yeah, thank you. I will steam some veggies. Would be nice if I could have some people in to see this place soon. Hopefully, mom. Yeah. So she likes it. You liked it when I went back to my old school. Yeah, that was kind of interesting to do too. One of these times I want to go back and visit my own kindergarten because that's about the only place I haven't visited. Have you been to the water park in Waco? Is that the one that got posted on the Facebook page today? Because I didn't even know that one existed. When I saw the picture of that, I thought it was something called Hawaiian Falls, which I'm aware of. But apparently, there's two water parks in the area. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll check that out at some point. That would be fun. I have to bring the GoPro on that because otherwise, I end up that's the only thing I can put in the water. The camera I have is water resistant, but not waterproof. Yeah, I was thinking about that too. I could get a trailer for my car. That would be a way to do it too. In fact, that would probably be a better way because then I could get a new car and not have to worry about ruining it by, you know, hauling dirt or anything like that around it like you would with a truck. You get a nice new truck and then you start working with it and all of a sudden it's scratched up and it's dirty and all that. So, yeah, a trailer might be, I was thinking that too. That might be a way to go. Okay, thanks for stopping in, Angela. If you get a chance to come back, we'll be here for another about 50 minutes. So, oh, you like the Texas Ranger Museum? I was actually next to the Texas Ranger Museum last night, shooting a vlog that I think you'll see not tonight, but tomorrow night. Have I decided on the t-shirts? Actually, yeah, that's something I'm going to probably start working on this week. A few of you gave me some feedback that maybe the Texas Chainsaw Massacre one with the pods, maybe that might be a little dated. And so I think what I'm going to do, the place I've been working with in terms of getting the shirts done has a graphic artist on staff, and I was kind of telling him about an idea I had. That's not how it's done T-shirt, and he was intrigued by the idea. So I don't know. Maybe what we'll do is I'll go talk to him, and maybe we'll get some artwork made up, and I'll show you both pieces of artwork, and then you guys could decide which one you want. Yeah, the great. I love going through the graveyards too. The graveyards are frustrating though because they always get demonetized. I mean, they get remonetized again, but it's frustrating when you put a bunch of work into it, and then in the first 24 hours, when you get your most views, that's when YouTube demonetizes it, and so then you don't get any of the ad revenue from it. So it's frustrating. Did I make myself a nice meal on my birthday? No, I worked that day. Um, I had, I think, Cheerios for breakfast, and I don't even remember what I had. Something at the cafeteria at work, and that was it. Yeah, I could maybe do a cats video too, but or a cats t-shirt too. But right now, like I said, I got a "That's Not How It's Done" t-shirt. That I'm thinking about that I think is a funny idea. Uh-oh, Scott Michaels is live. Does that mean I'm going to lose all my viewers? Yeah, I don't know what it is. With the cemetery vlogs, but they always seem to get demonetized. I don't know. If I could count on them to look at them in the first 24 hours, but for some reason they always seem to wait until they go live. Because see, a lot of times I'm several days ahead on vlogs. At least 2 days now. I was sick last week, and so I took a couple days off from vlogging, and so I right now I don't have any videos up posted. I've got one that I've recorded that I shot last night, and I'm going to record one that after this today that is my Mother's Day vlog, and so hopefully I'll get those two up. But I gotta get going here. I gotta get some vlogs done. Yeah, yeah. You see a lot of cemetery vlogs or cemetery videos on YouTube, but like I said, from time to time, they demonetize it at the worst time, and you can challenge them and have them review it manually. Now they got this new thing that they're doing that they've been doing for the last few weeks, where you supposedly self-certify your own videos, and if they watch you do it and you do it accurately enough times, supposedly they trust you more. And I don't know, we'd have to see what happens because they got a list of things they don't want you to talk about, and they ask you, is it about this? Is it about that? Are you talking about guns? Are you talking about violence? Are you showing, violent imagery, or is there a lot of profanity or any of that kind of stuff? And you know, yeah, it is a lot of work, but I appreciate that you guys watch. It means a lot to me. Yeah, this is my mystery spot glass that Jordan got me. Just a little bit cockeyed here. Jordan was saying that when he went to that place, that the story of that is no matter what you build there, for some reason it always shifts. So you got to wonder, were these glasses once normal, and because they were on the shelf, they did this, or were they made that way? I don't know. One of the mysteries of life. Yeah, I mean, I did a lot of painting on my house in California, inside and out. As a matter of fact, a couple years ago, the HOA told us we all had to repaint our house, and I was like one of the only few people on the block who did it themselves. And I went out and got a paint sprayer, and there was one particular company that did probably 60% of the houses in there. That did the painting of 60% of the houses. So I got to the point where I knew that guy and kind of watched him a little bit, and he watched me paint mine, and he says, "Yeah, you did a good job." So, and of course, I painted the interior of my house several times because I painted it once to kind of be my house, and then painted a second time in preparation for selling it. And then the realtor came in and says, "No, that's not a good color. You got to paint it a third time." So I painted the entirety inside of that house three times. So I'm pretty good on the inside too. What category of programming would I consider this? I don't know. Educational, entertainment, whatever it is, people watch. Thanks, CNV Young. Yeah, check out check in there again if you get a chance. We'll be here for a while. And we got Bite here seeking out a little attention. Yeah, I've been to Knott's Berry Farm a bunch of times. Knott's Berry Farm is fun. Painting is hard work. You're right. The one thing that the professional painters had is they got the work done in 2 to 3 days. It took me 30 days to paint my house. So it was weird because my house was kind of a Franken house for a while because what I did is I divided the house up into little chunks, and then I'd mask it all up one day, and then I'd paint it the next day, and then I'd move on to the next section, mask that all up and paint it. And like I said, it took me about 30 days to get around the whole house, but I was very proud of the results. Oh, so Jordan's on Scott Michael's channel now, huh? Yeah, you're right. The prep work before painting is a nightmare, but that's the key to doing making it right too. In the house too. A big part of the job was masking everything up. So yeah, I totally get that. And that's what took a lot of the time was getting everything ready. I appreciate you guys staying with me. Yeah, I know there's a bigger name on, but that means a lot that you guys stay with me. It's fun. I'm glad you do that. Yes, reruns. Now this, you can rerun this one too, because I'll post this one. Once we get it cleared and get it through, get it all plugged up with advertisement here, so that so that I'm punishing you with ads all the time here. Then we'll get this thing posted. Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate that. And now Bite's just showing you the back of his head. He's eyeballing the kitty treats, though. That's what it really is. That's what it's all about. Yeah, there's the other one too. that was my finger. And that's one for the nibble, one for the bite. Who is very appropriately named. Come on. It's not going to eat itself. Okay, that's it for now. Tip it down a little bit so we can keep the co-star in the image here a little bit. That's who everyone's here to see anyway, right? Let's see, what did I miss? When are you going to get the next cooking lesson? Soon, maybe. We'll see. Who knows? Could be tonight. Yeah, you can see the scratching post. The scratching post is over there, and yes, they do use it. So yeah, that's it over there, and also that thing right there. That's the other toy that they got. That's that little feather thing that spins around. But yeah, I see both of them scratching on the post. Nibble likes that. She likes to scratch on it. Feels good on her paws, doesn't it, Nibble? You can actually kind of almost see her back there. Really, I shoot the camera that way so much. I probably ought to light that back there somewhat so you can see what's going on. But whatever. Yeah, she likes it. On Easter Sunday, late at night, we pulled the caution tape down from the neighborhood playground. Everyone should do it. Yeah, I know. If you have 100 kids out there, that's maybe one thing. But, one of the things they keep telling us is that this virus isn't disinfected by sunlight. So, rather than hiding in our houses, we should be going out. How is the yard cat family? I don't know. I'm a little concerned about the kittens because I haven't seen them in a couple days, and I've been seeing the mom. So I'm hoping nothing bad happened to them. Hopefully, if they are gone, maybe somebody adopted them or something like that. But like I said, I saw the cat and the kittens a couple times, and now it's just the mom that I've been seeing. So I don't know. I hope they're okay. I hope somebody adopted them. They were sweet little kitties. When I get a new place, do I think I'll start up a new pond? I don't know. That was a real pain to keep up with. That was a lot of work. And yeah, it was nice to have the sound of the waterfall, but I think I could probably do something that would be a lot less expensive. Maybe even just like a bird bath or something like that with a little, or some little water feature, something that's easy to clean. That thing. It just there was so much moss and algae growing in that thing all the time that you're always out there trying to scrape it all off and keep it under control. And it would be a good position to do a cat's live stream. Yeah, I considered that, but it didn't seem to me that the cats would be in front of that enough times. I mean, I had enough problems keeping them in front of the camera, because when I did the first one where it was right here and it was Bite on the couch here for part of the day, he was only here part of the day, and then I did the one upstairs in the cat room, and figuring, okay, well, they'll spend their day on the shelves, and then they didn't. So I don't know. They're hard to predict sometimes. Hey, Jan's here. Hi, Jan. How are you? Yeah, if I was going to do a cat live stream in the future, what I probably ought to do is just follow him around a little bit with a camera. This is a laptop that I'm filming on right now, and I could theoretically, uh, do that. Just carry it around because this is one of those laptops where you can literally fold the monitor around backwards and turn the thing into a pad. It's really nice too. It's a nice big pad. I don't use it that way very much, but that would definitely work. Bring in a dog and then you'll have a show. Yeah, ain't that the truth? Bring Jaw into the equation and lock the cats out of their room. Yep, you're right. That's a cat. They do as they please. I mean, here's an example of that right now. Showing his butt again. Yeah, Jen, my mom's doing good. In fact, I just got a text message from her a few minutes ago. She enjoyed her Mother's Day present. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna call her after the live stream and you know let her know that she has to watch today's video because it's for her. It's the Mother's Day. I'm going to do a Mother's Day video today. So that's the one that's going to go live tonight. Haven't even shot that yet, but we will. And then I got one that'll go up for tomorrow night. Then all I got to deal with is Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And then we're kind of in business for a while here. Yeah, it's good that I have some loyal people watching here, and not everybody's going over to watch Jordan and Scott Michaels. That's my buddy. This thing's empty now. Let's see how far you can stick your head in there and get the kitty treats. Sometimes if it isn't, if the kitty treats aren't that far in there, that he'll stick his head in there. But I don't know if he can get his head far enough into that anymore. Oh yeah, he's got one. He's getting them. Help yourself. A practical joke on him here. Make it so they have to reach as far as they can to get him. I built a cat. Yeah, I have plans to do something elaborate for the cats. Because they'll part of the deal is they get their own room. They always have. So I'm going to build something fun for them, I think. I did notice that one of the restaurants that I've visited before was open yesterday. I was kind of down on the Brazos River by Buzzard Billy's. You may remember that. And I did a vlog down at the river yesterday or last night after work. And I saw Buzzard Billy's was open. And as I was driving down there, I was kind of driving through downtown, and it definitely seems like things are starting to open up. So that's good news. Who is Scott Michaels? Scott Michaels is a friend of Jordan's who runs a who ran, I guess it does probably doesn't anymore, ran a museum in Hollywood called Dearly Departed, where he had like a bunch of uh, memorabilia from different celebrities who've died and stuff like that. But I think he had to close that down. So I would give Bite a cuddle, but he's kind of walked away right now. He's over there by the front door, cleaning himself. How did I get interested in vlogging? Jordan got me into it. Jordan, I was saying a little earlier, someone asked how I chose Waco, and I said about a year, well, a little bit more than a year ago, I came and visited Texas to kind of find out where I wanted to live. And while I was here, had an extensive text conversation with Jordan, who said, that I should turn this into a vlog. And I don't know, I wasn't really serious about it. I have a real phobia about cameras and stuff like that, and so I didn't think that would be right for me. But he kept the pressure on, and I did a couple of them, and he started giving me some good feedback, and it just turned into this. So yeah, Jordan started. This is all Jordan's fault. So if you don't like it, you know who to blame. Do I like 12-hour days or 8-hour days? 12-hour days are long days. I will admit that. And the 4-day week is a really hard week, but it's also nice having 4-day weekends too. At minimum, I have 3 days off every week. And it's 3 days off one week and then 4 days off the next week. So I made any close friends. I wouldn't say close friends. There's people that I'm starting to be friends with, but I haven't been there long enough to have any close friends. But we're working on it. Yeah, I like doing the house hunting vlogs. I'll probably do one of those this week, so you'll probably see one at some point in the next week or so. Like I said, now that I'm not going to do a whole bunch of talking about work anymore, it's going to be it'll be other subjects. So look who's back, and just stick his head in there. He kind of dug a hole in the middle here, so it's harder to get him. Let's see if that interrupts or hinders him in any way here. Should be playing the Jaws theme right now. Dun dun dun. There he goes. He's gonna go for it. He's going for it. Yeah. One thing though, one of the things I've learned though is between selling my house and being in this apartment, I have a very good feel, I think, for what's good and what's bad in a house. So I think I've learned a lot, and I'm going to get inspectors to come in and look at every aspect of the house before before I make any decisions. Because you're right. I don't want to buy a house that's a money pit. It's got to be a good one, and that is something that can happen with the houses I'm looking at, because the houses I'm looking at are, they aren't brand new houses. They aren't really really old houses, because there's a bunch of houses like in downtown that are 100 or 130 years old, and I mean, I would love to have one of those, but the the problem is sometimes the work is more than one person can handle. Some of those houses, if you got a house that's 130 years old and it really hasn't been taken care of in that time, there's going to be a lot of problems that need to be dealt with. But sometimes the other extreme is when you buy a really brand new house, they're sometimes, put together with really shoddy workmanship, and they don't have the quality or the craftsmanship that's put into them. So that's why you kind of want to find one that's a little bit older, but not too old, and has been well maintained. My first choice, a house that's a fixer-upper or one that's been remodeled. I guess it depends on what needs to be fixed. If it's just a matter of, replacing some carpet or repainting or something like that, then I wouldn't have a problem with that because I'm going to probably end up, whatever house I end up buying, I'm going to probably end up painting anyway. So, that's just what I'm planning on doing. But if it's a matter of, replacing drywall or, ripping out the wall and redoing all the plumbing or anything like that, that's a whole different thing. Yeah, that sounds good, Jay Wild. Is a nice brick house with no stairs. That's one of the things I'm looking for. Jen's caught the bug too. She's looking for a house. That's cool. Yeah, I remember the movie The Money Pit, but yeah, that wasn't really a reference to that. That was just well, yeah, it was a reference to the phrase, and the movie was a reference to the phrase too. So yeah, it was a good movie. It was one of those I saw once when it was in the theaters, but I've never seen it again. I'll put the cover in here so the fight doesn't try and steal any more kitty treats. Because he's fat enough as it is. Yes, he is. That's my little pudge boy. Yes, he is. He's a pudge boy. Oh, sounds like the kids are out having fun right now. New house has electrical problems. Yeah, that's one of those things too. Because that's an expensive fix depending on what the problem is. If it's just you need to replace the breaker box, and that's one thing. That's still money, but if it's a matter you got to rewire the house, that's a whole different animal. That's really expensive, isn't it? If it's just cheesy outlets that need to be replaced, that's a 1 day job. But sometimes sometimes that can be a lot more than that. Depends on what the nature of the problem is. Hey, you. Oh, that's right. Jen said we owe you a snuggle and a belly rub, didn't we? We didn't do that because you weren't here at the time. So there's your belly rub. Okay, is that good? Yeah, you like those, don't you? Almost as much as the brush. You get so affectionate when the brush comes out. Oh, that's no good when you get the electricians in there and they can't figure out what it is. What is it? Is it like flickering and stuff like that, or is it just that there's no electricity in certain parts? Because that can be any one of a bunch of things. You might have rats in the walls or something that chew through the wires, pull open the wall, and there's like fried rat in there, right? I said fried rat, not fried cat. Light switches to go nowhere. Yeah, I've heard of that. Who knows? It depends on how old the house is. Sometimes, something got walled up years ago and the light switch is still there, but they didn't disconnect it or anything. So yeah, that can be frustrating. That's one of the first things I usually do though when I get into the house is map it out so I know what's on what breaker. I did that on this place too, just so that I'd be able to know what breaker to flip to turn off everything. It's a new house. Wow, that's weird. Okay, I don't have anything on that. That's weird. Hi Tim. Yeah, well, everything's going well. We'll be here for a little bit. We got another 20 minutes or so in us. So glad you were able to stop in. How you doing today? Breakers pop all the time. Ugh, I hate problems like that. It's on the news that there's more rats than ever outside of New York City looking for food. Yeah, I suppose when everybody's hunkering in place, we gotta see. That's another reason why we got to stop this whole lockdown thing here. We got to think of the rats. Come on, the rats have rights too, right? Rats' rights now. Yeah, it's bad when they're coming out of the sewers. Yeah, they do. They need food too. Let's see, that's when you want the stray cats out there catching them all, keeping them under control. Not that this guy would ever do any good a job of that. He'd play with it too much. He doesn't know how to hunt for food, do you? No, all you know how to do is just wait and wait for somebody to feed you. Biggest trial of your life is waddling up the stairs to your food dish. Yeah, you are so abused. Yes, you are. How old was the house in California when I bought it? It was brand new. In fact, I watched them build it. I got photos of it from when it was just the foundation. Because yeah, the story of that was kind of interesting. I lived in an apartment in Placentia, and there was a hill behind the apartment that had a bunch of oil derricks on it. And apparently, eventually, they kind of pumped out all of the oil or most of the oil in that on that hill, and they sold it to a housing development. They started building houses up there, and I actually could see, watch it from the balcony of my apartment, and decided to start going up there and looking around. And I looked at the models that they had. I noticed one day that they had lights on in the models, and so I went up there on one of my off days and looked around there and talked to them. I called my parents and said, "I think I found a house that I'd like. You guys want to come and look?" And we went and looked, and I made the agreement right there on the spot, and we went out that day, and I got to pick the plot that I wanted, and I knew what model I wanted, so I looked at all the, there were there were three different models in this section that they were doing. And I picked the model that I wanted, and then kind of looked and found the one with the biggest backyard, because basically the day I went up with there was the first day they opened up that plot. And so I was the first one to buy a house in that new plot. And so, like I said, I get to pick which one I wanted. And I got to pick the one with the biggest backyard. And that was how that all happened. They tried to steer me to another one, but it was right against the big brick wall that was separating it from a major road. So I said, no, I want to be more in the middle where it's quieter. Yeah, I've seen, because in my house in California, and actually in the apartment here too, there are multiple switches on the walls for things like lights and the fans and stuff like that. But yeah, there's no point in having switches on the wall when they don't do anything and when you don't even know where they go. That sounds like poor planning. Did you go hide behind me? You tired being on the live stream? Is that what it is? So you just figure you go hide from everyone? And you see how he is. Since he doesn't want to be over there anymore, we'll just point the camera at me here. Would I have been allowed to rent in my HOA? Yeah, some people rented their houses out. That apparently was an option. In fact, Jordan seriously considered that I should do that. So he was suggesting I should do that. I should rent that house and then just have the income from that, and use the income from the rent on that to pay for my new house. And I thought about it, but basically I wanted to just basically disconnect myself from California. California is a big mess, and the sooner I cut my ties over there, the better, I think. Yeah, I'm going to do some sort of a garden. I don't know exactly. That's part of the reason why I want to find a big backyard, is so that I can just kind of experiment and do a whole bunch of things back there. Because I love tinkering in the garden, and that was one of the biggest obstacles I had. I think in the house I had in California is there really was no more place to you know do planting. I planted everywhere I could. In fact, there were times where my mom and dad would get me plants, and I wouldn't know where to. I wouldn't have any place to put them. Thank you, Mr. Thesper. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I am feeling better. I don't know. Well, I mean, I can't even really say I was feeling bad, because except for the fact that I had no voice, I felt fine. It was weird. It was whatever it was. That's all it was. It was just I lost my voice for 2 days. So I don't know. I have no idea what that was. I was worried too. After the second day, it had actually gotten worse, and I was worried that it would still be a problem when I went back to work, but it wasn't. You have jalapenos, tomatoes, okra, cucumbers, onions. Oh, and cilantro. Yeah, you can't go. Yeah, you can't have a garden without cilantro. Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably do something. It'd be fun to have a garden. Grow some vegetables. And you're right, jalapenos would be a good choice for me. Tomatoes. Don't eat a lot of cucumbers. I'm eating a few onions right now because of all the cooking vlogs, and they all seem to do that. Okra. I've never prepared okra. I've had it a few times, and it's good. But I might grow things like carrots. I've been thinking, like some fruit trees too, maybe apples, peaches. Did I take time off of work from the laryngitis? No, it happened on my off days, so I was able to avoid having a problem with that. So that was good. Yeah, they got enough problems right now with so many people being out. I don't want to make it worse. Yeah, corn would be great. Yeah, well, that's true, but I can control rodents. If I get a dog or something like that, that'll take care of that. Dog will keep the rodents under control. And I think a lot of times the problems with rodents come with when you don't take care of the trees, because I think a lot of times the rodents wait for the fruit to fall off the tree and they eat it when it's on the ground. I know that was there. There used to be a rat that lived in the backyard of my house in California, and I think it lived in my backyard just because there was shelter back there. But it liked my neighbor's yard because they had fruit trees and the fruit just kept falling off the tree all the time, and they didn't clean it up. And so, between the shelter and the water that came with the pond in my backyard and the food in the neighbor's backyard, it was rat heaven. So hi Jeff Kidd, yeah, happy Mother's Day everyone. In case you're wondering, there's the co-star. He's just hiding behind me right now because he's just funny that way. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing a garden. That'll be fun. But like I said, I like having plants. I like doing that. Just kind of tinkering around in the backyard. I don't know. I want to find like a bunch of like native Texas plants that look really nice and stuff like that. And of course, I got a few things that I brought from California. My maple tree is doing really well this year. The palm trees are doing good. One of the plumerias survived. The other one didn't. And I think I'm losing the cactus, but everything else is going to go into the yard somewhere. You don't see a whole lot of palm trees in Texas, but I'm going to have three of them in my yard. Yeah, that's something I'm also hoping here in Texas that I won't have to deal with, and that's clay in the soil. I think we have much more fertile soil here. When they built my house back in the '90s, when they brought in fill dirt, they brought in the cheapest, clayhiest fill dirt they could, and it was always a pain to dig into that because I had this big long 6 foot long 1 inch diameter bar, a piece of wrought iron that I'd have to use to dig in on because you'd need the force from this massive amount of weight just to dig into this clay. There are times I almost wanted to get like dynamite and blast it out of there. The clay was so hard. So, I'm hoping that when I get into the place here in Texas, that the soil will be higher quality. And you'd think it would be. This is a really green place, and so the soil's got to be somewhat decent. But we'll cross that bridge at some point, right? Right, Mike? It's also got to be tortoise friendly here. Jeff said he sent me a picture here. Let's see here what we got. Oh, that's nice. Looks like Jeff's got some corn growing here. Huh? Let's see, get it in here. Yeah, that looks good enough to eat. Looks like it's bigger than knee high, so you beat the 4th of July deadline. Yeah, I love corn. Corn is definitely one of those things that I would grow if I had a big enough yard to do it because I love corn on the cob. 6 foot tall. Oh, wow, that's yeah. Doesn't even look like it from here, but yeah, I guess I suppose that could be that's 6 foot tall. That's a big field of it too. You're gonna have a lot of nice corn. Got a lawnmower? Yes, I do. It's just a push mower though. It's one of the things I'm thinking that I may need to get like a riding mower depending on how big of a yard I get. That's one of the things I'm really looking for in a house is a nice big yard, especially hopefully a nice big backyard. And I read Jeff's statement there, and for a second I thought he said loaded with manure corn. I said, "Ooh, manure corn. That doesn't sound very good." No, but it's mature corn. Come on, Brett, get your mind out of the gutter. It isn't all about poop jokes. Yeah, yeah, that's another part of it too. PDXers. I want a place for Flash to enjoy herself. Because I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was telling me, oh, he babysat Flash at one point when I was trying to breed her, and he told me that probably what I'll have to do is like make some sort of little cave in the ground for her to escape the Texas heat. And then I was thinking, yeah, that's probably a good idea. Find some trees somewhere and dig a hole under it, or maybe build bricks or something up into a little tortoise refuge so that she can escape the summer heat because they're cold blooded, so they depend on the environment to control their temperature. And while they slow down and go to sleep when it gets cold, they need to be able to avoid getting too hot too. So yeah, that's probably good advice. At some point, I'll probably build some sort of a structure that she can go into to keep her cool in the summer. We'll probably have to do what we did in California. She had kind of multiple places that she slept in the yard, because there was a place under the patio cover. I called that her winter house because that was where she would hibernate every year. And then there was a place kind of in the front of the yard by the trash cans that I called her summer house, and that was where she generally slept during the summer. And then and of course during the summer, she'd sometimes just pull into a corner and sleep there. So thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that. Yeah, yeah. I haven't. We're running low on the kitty treats here, so that'll come in handy. Thank you so much. Yeah, Jeff bought you some kitty treats, huh? How about that? Is that from Jeff? I think it is. In a way, probably not from his super chat today, but probably from a super chat in the past. When you lunge at it like that, you tend to miss. And Nibble ran upstairs, and I think she's up on her shelf here. Let's see if we can coax her down. Yeah, We'll see if that gets her. Oh, I see a little orange face peering around the corner. You gonna come for a kitty treat? Come on, Nibble. I got one for you. Maybe if I throw one at her here. Oh, then just Bite goes after it because let's face it, he's the pig. How old is Flash? I don't know exactly, but I think she's in her 60s. She's older than I am. I'm pretty sure of that. In fact, I've had confirmation now. I always thought that, they got the little segments on their shell, and I always thought that the segments on the shell were like the rings on a tree, and you can count them and determine the age. And I had someone actually confirm that that's true. And I did that, I don't know, 20 years ago with her. And at the time, I determined that she was like 10 or 15 years older than me. So she's ancient. Oh no, Jan got some bad news. I hope everything's okay, Jan. What is Flash? Flash is my pet tortoise. Go if you're curious, go to my channel, go to the playlists, and look for one about Flash, and that'll show you some of the videos of Flash, my tortoise. She's a gopher tortoise that I think is about 70 years old, 60 or 70 years old. She's about that big. And right now, my friend Beth is taking care of her, but she's going to come live to me. Um, she's going to come live with me at some point. Right now, like I said, Beth is taking care of her. Oh, Jan just found out that her childhood home burned down. That's too bad. I'm sorry, Jan. That's sad. Ever thought about vlogging Lubby's massacre in Killeen? No, I don't. I don't. I've never heard of that. Maybe I'll have to look that up. Yeah, that's sad when that happens. I do have to say though that when you said you had really bad news, I was thinking, oh, death in the family. I guess if things are going to happen, I guess you know, in the grand scheme of things, a house burning down, is bad, but it's not as bad as like losing a family member or something like that. So yeah, I don't know how old this tortoise will last. It's a very very likely that she may outlive me. It should be a trip. First pet I've ever had to think about. Okay, who gets her? You know, Bite and Nibble, they probably won't outlive me. Who knows? Maybe some future pet will. But there've been a couple of burger places that I've been that I really like in Waco. Um, let's see, I don't remember all the names right now. Let me see if I can, because there's Kim's Burgers, and I did that one a couple weeks ago when I went and got some dinner there. Um, let's see here. Got to go look at the map sometimes and remind myself where all this stuff is. The Double R Burgers. That was that place that had all of the license plates in it. That little teeny tiny place. It almost looks like an outhouse or something like that. And had very very good burgers and really good food. Yeah, it was a fun place to be. There was also a place that I've I went to that was over the 35. What is that called? That was the place that Elvis used to eat when he would come down. What was it? 30's Pizza Stack. I've been there a few times, or one time. Yeah, I don't know. I can't find the other one right now, but there've been a few. There've been a few good burger places I found. I love a good burger, so yes, that's right. I said Elvis. Elvis, when he was serving in Fort Hood, when he entered the military, would drive down to Waco, and there was a burger place just off the 35 freeway that he would apparently stop all the time. And when I went there that one time, I actually had the burger that Elvis had. I mean, not the exact one because obviously that was a long time ago, but they still make that burger, and I had one. It was good. Yeah, that's really sad, Jan. I'm sorry about that. Can you make potato salad? You need a good recipe. I'm not really a good. Uh, I'm not much of a potato salad fan, so I don't know. That was just one of the things I was never into. I don't hate it. It's like there's a million things I'd rather have than potato salad. I like potatoes. Potatoes are great, but made you smile to hear his name, Elvis, Elvis, Elvis. There, I like it when my viewers smile. Okay, thanks for stopping by, Jan. I'm sorry, that's horrible news, but that happens. You know, it's one of those things that we just have to deal with in life, unfortunately. I'm kind of running out of time here anyway. We've been going for more than a couple hours too, so I think I am going to end this now. Thank you as always for watching. I got a new video. Well, I don't actually have it posted yet. So I guess I got to go shoot it and edit it and post it. So, but I'm going to do a Mother's Day video today, dedicated just to my mom because, well, I'm just going to break it to you. I told you I got her a steamer tray for her Instant Pot, and my mom's a little bit leery about using that because she's a little intimidated with technology, and this thing's a little intimidating when you look at it. So I'm going to actually do a video today where I'm just going to steam some vegetables, and I'm going to show her how to do it. And so dinner tonight for me is just going to be all sorts of different vegetables, and it'll probably be Brussels sprouts and corn and carrots and I don't know whatever else I find in the fridge. And I'm just going to give her step by step, instructions. It's going to be this episode's literally going to be an instant pot for dummies type thing because I want my mom to use this because I know she loves steamed vegetables. And I think if she starts using the Instant Pot, she'll really like it. So that's what we're going to do for tonight's vlog, but I haven't even shot it right now yet. It's just a concept in my head. So we're going to go and do that now. And I got to go call my mom and remind her to watch that one because she doesn't watch all my videos every day. But yeah, that's what tonight's going to be. So, and I have one for tomorrow night. I've recorded, I haven't edited it yet, but we'll do that today too. And I think that's all I have for today. So thanks everyone for stopping by, and I will see you next time. Good night, everyone.